Good evening, anybody, everybody. If anyone's watching, thank you for coming to join me. If you have, if you haven't, then enjoy whatever you're doing. I'm just going to put the quick links in as I usually do. So if anyone does wish to come up and join me, then I'm just going to put the quick links in as I usually do. So if anyone does wish to come up and join me, so I can pin that in if I close YouTube and I don't have echo feedback anymore. So good evening, everyone. As is becoming a common occurrence now, I'm joined by Sinscape Studios just to put me to shame.
I'm doing
Just to
orcs today. Nothing extra special.
You're doing. I'm doing black armor. I'm going like really out there. I'm going for black armor this evening,
Nice.
which is I say black armor is a little bit of contrast on my wet palette, and I'm gonna just try and to just tidy up some of these areas a little bit so they're not quite as bright and grey or bright and white, because the base armor is supposed to be black after all, so I can get it to more of a dark grey colour. I'm a bit happy, something similar to a stone colour but not necessarily that grey.
I get you.
Leaving some of the highlights on the toes and stuff, but to darken up the actual armor itself, because otherwise it looks very powdery. And although I don't mind the powdery look, it's not the exact look I was going for.
If you're doing slapshot anyway, it's very difficult to get rid of the powdery look.
It is. That's why I'm hoping this contrast will just dull that down a little bit, so that it's not quite as prominent on it. It's not. I have to wait till it dries now, aren't I, to see if it actually works the way I want it to. Why have I got a feeling it's not going to work the way I want it to?
Why? What do you mean?
I just got a sneaking suspicion that it's not going to quite work out the way I want it to, so I'm going to have to go in with black paint as opposed to contrast, and then layer it back up.
If you're doing the slapshot, go for the contrast black. The black paint's just going to hide all of the dry brushing you've done.
I know, which means I'll have to go back over and do it again.
Yeah, so don't do that.
No, I'm trying the contrast method first and see how far.
Black Templar contrast is good enough.
Is it Black Templar that I'm using? Yes, I'm using Black Templar.
Yeah, there's only one proper black contrast for Games Workshop. Well, no, there's two, but the other one I've never used before. I don't know what difference it is. It looks the same.
Well, either way, I am thanking Ezra for the fact that I get to use this. Because he bought this black paint from me. He bought the contrast paint from me.
Ah, right. Cool.
I didn't own a single one until he went, "You should try them." Wow, okay. Next thing I know, they arrive in the post.
Yeah, Games Workshop contrast paints are good.
I was like, oh, well, I wasn't. When you said you should try them, I wasn't expecting you to send them to me, but thank you very much. It saved me some money, and I did try them. Really, they are good. They are, as I did my Phobos Librarian, full contrast, and he's one of the better models that I've painted, by far.
Yeah.
It's getting rid of some of the chalkiness, but not quite. Anything else looking a little better. Just get around the edge of that skull to make it pop out a bit more. Contrast paints. Armor. Standard paints for everything else. I know you're not. I know I'm using two different techniques to do it, but hey, I do my own way.
No one in the chat today.
It doesn't appear so. We have one person, and whoever they are do not wish to speak to me at the moment, which is fine. They can just sit and watch if they wish. That is all hunky dory. Now, I did find out today that I'd forgotten 2 Tyranid models. I thought I'd finished. I'd forgotten 2 models. I'd forgotten to do these.
Oh, JV's hangout is here.
JV, how you doing, man?
That's your one watching.
Feel free to click that link if you wish to, mate. By all means, feel free. See, I don't mind having JV watching at all because, well, if I've got any questions about how to handle things on streams, he's the man to go ask. Because he is the stream master, the panel guru.
This is getting annoying now. I'm trying to work out the perfect angle so I can paint so people can actually see.
You see this, right? How I've got it at the moment is this camera's actually angled slightly. Oh, sorry, if I put it flat, it's actually like that. So I've actually angled it slightly so it's looking at the desk but not getting in the way of my viewing angle.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's because I've had to change the way I paint because of my arm. So,
have you still not been giving that a rest properly?
I've had a couple of days rest, but I can't just stop. So I'm just drugged up on painkillers and other stuff.
Yeah, well, that's going to be in the long term. That's going to be detrimental to you.
I've been told by the doctor not to worry too much, as long as I make some changes to my the way I work. So, which I have done, which is why I'm painting. My model tends to be over here when I'm painting instead of over here like it was. It's now here and it was over there, and you can't really see it.
Get it into a comfortable position. Get it into a comfortable position to you. It's easy enough. I'll take up the main screen.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to worry about anyone going, but we can't see that one. You're not supposed to be seeing that one. You're supposed to be watching me.
Yeah.
If something comes up, then I'll make it big. But until that, then I stay up because I actually use the screen to refer to what I'm painting just to see how it looks at a different angle. Hey, how you doing? Yes, we are still quite early for you. Nice. Just gone 25 past 10. So I'm still here early enough for all my Eastern European friends. Yes, I know some people will be saying, I can hear people in the background. That's because I live in a house with other people. So, yes, people will be in the background. Just in case you do hear things going and you're thinking, what's that?
For a second, I thought it was someone in here, sort of trying to get in on their live stream.
No, it's literally someone in here sat just over there. I do make sure that my camera can't catch any in the living room. So, thank you very much, Adrich. That has been said a couple of times. If you can't sleep, come listen to me, and I will not, and you'll go straight away. That's been said by family members, never mind other people. So yeah, I'll put you on when I can't sleep. So cheers, man.
Hopefully it's not too boring. Now he's got someone to talk to.
Well, that's I hope not. I hope I'm not too boring. I mean, I send out invites and then I send out personal invites. So Cityscape gets a personal invite because she's quite frequently up here with me and enjoys it apparently. God knows why. But yeah.
I haven't got a clue.
No, neither have I. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But yeah, having someone to talk to does make it a little bit easier. Now, I did invite I put out a link for Discourse to come up tonight if she wished to. I know it. Obviously, never hear anything back off any of them. I've come to the conclusion now that everybody else in the YouTube wargaming community was absolutely sod all to do with me. So,
oh well.
Yeah, I've come to that conclusion. So, I'm thinking I'm going to slowly stop putting out the self promotions and the invites through them. Because, well, it's a waste of my time.
Well, it only takes a few seconds to send them out, and eventually someone will click on it.
I send them every week. I send them about 7 out every week to various different Discords that have varying interests in Warhammer, from mildly passing to full-on YouTube channel dedicated to pretty much this. So I do cast my net reasonably far.
Mm-hmm.
But no one ever gets back. So it means you get stuck with just talking to me rather than someone more interesting. Good evening, Buzzard. How are you doing, man?
Hello.
Yeah, you stuck with me. One day I will get somebody interesting to come up and talk, so we've got somebody interesting to listen to. One day. But until that happens, you've got me. So sorry, you're gonna have to deal with that bit.
And me, I hope that I'm a little bit of an improvement.
Yes, having you up here with me is an improvement. I can't deny that, because it stops me waffling to myself, and you understand when I'm saying something about these, and you can, how can I put it, de-lazify it for the audience. And they go, what's he on about? And then you can tell them, little plastic soldiers. Oh, right. And then everyone understands. Now, come on, contrast paint. I really need to get you done quick, so I can make a final decision on the helmets. I've still not fully decided whether I want to do them white or not.
Oh, the helmets?
Yeah. White, or at least leave them as the lighter colour that they are.
They should really, strictly speaking, be white.
I mean, that'll get away with it compared to his armour. I don't have to
looks fine.
Don't have to paint the entire thing completely and utterly white when it's been heavily dry brushed. There are some that I'm going to have to go back over and dry brush again, just to bring out the darker edges like the back of his head and stuff. But most of them should be all right, I hope. I'll find out definitely when it comes to the Terminators.
Well, the Terminators, you got the similar thing. They should have white helmets as well.
Yep. Well, whatever decision I make on these is going to be the decision that is going to be for our first company. So,
yeah.
Pardon? So, yeah, all these are going to have to be done the same as well. Although, yeah, I'm not happy about that. I've still got to pick a colour for the Power Fists. And I don't want to pick red. And I certainly don't want to do chevrons.
Well, red is reserved for sergeants.
What, Power Fist red is reserved for sergeants?
Oh, right, sorry. I misunderstood what you said. I thought you were saying red helmets.
No, he'll possibly get a red stripe down the top there as a veteran sergeant, but that's probably the closest. Their Power Fists, I'm not sure what the colour to do them. I'll just leave them black.
Well,
Well,
what colour do you paint your weapons?
Depends what weapon it is.
All right, okay.
Bolt guns are blue. Bolt guns are red. Plasmas are generally silver and blue. Melters are kind of brass. Flamers are more of a coppery colour. So it depends on the weapon itself.
The armor casing is different on each one.
Yes. So I can
Okay.
tell the difference when at a quick glance which one's which. So I don't have to sit there and go, what's that got in his hand? Because otherwise I'll be there all bloody day looking at him, trying to figure out, is that an intercessor? Is that a hell blaster? Is that a...
I get it. But
Infernus,
then that only works if you remember what colour you painted everything in the middle of a game.
Oh, I will. That's why I put them such blatant colours. So these stand out as a stark contrast to each other, even though they pretty much look the same. That was way too much on there. Because obviously all the armour's the same, the armour stylings are the same. Mark 10 is just, a big version of the old one. So the only way to really differentiate between them is to paint the guns different, really. There, it's too much. And apply it to there where I need some. Paint you down. Paint you down. Go into the recesses and leave the highlighted areas. And that is the basis of contrast paint. That is.
Contrast paint is fantastic.
I'm not saying Jessica isn't worth listening to. I'm just saying that Jessica's wrong a lot of the time and I have to just correct her.
Fuck off. I'm never wrong.
Except when you're talking to me.
Never wrong.
This is going to be a weekly discussion, isn't it? You're wrong.
Well, it doesn't have to be a weekly discussion because you can just admit you're wrong and that'll be it, the end of it.
Yeah, and as soon as you do that, you'll realise that we'll be fine. So go on and admit it and then we can move on.
No, I'm saying you should admit it because I am right.
But you're not.
Of course I am.
As a figment of my imagination, you cannot overrule me.
You cannot what?
As a figment of my own imagination, you can't overrule me because I'm the one who says what you can and can't do because it's my imagination.
Unless of course I'm the ruler of your imagination.
In which case you are a sick person.
Yes, I am.
Because some of the thoughts should not be going through my head. Hey, so it is working. That's good. That's good. I like that. See, even Buzzard agrees with me.
Buzzard. Fuck off.
Go on, mate. You know.
You're wrong. You're wrong as well.
Nah, he knows the score. He knows the score.
I thought he was friendly with me. Now he's betrayed me.
He is friendly with you. That's why he said that. You should hear the amount of abuse you gave. He doesn't like it.
Typical British sense of humour.
Oh yes.
Let me know if you can hear my fan in the background. I have to turn it on because it's really warm here.
I can't hear anything in the background.
Good.
That doesn't mean to say the viewers can't. It just means to say that I can't.
Well, if anyone in the chat can hear a whirring noise from my end, please let me know. Not sure what I'll do, because I really need it.
Yeah, we'll just leave it. If it's a fan, it's not too bad. If they can hear it and I can't, it can't be that loud. So it should be okay and at least tolerable.
Oh, Buzzard, there you're writing something that can't be aired. Or maybe that was him saying, "Oh no, sorry, I got it wrong." You are right.
No,
to me.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. As long as he's not buzzing.
Well, you made me laugh and I've gone over the wrong brown.
Welcome to my life.
Alright, fairly noticeable.
Rack our flesh and everything on the black panels. It's like, oh, God's sakes. Trying not to get this black on the bloody tab ad that I painted last week. I don't fancy redoing that again. Bloody awful.
Tab ads are fun. I love painting cloth.
I don't. Well, painting as a whole is my least favourite part of the hobby, so the awkward parts are the ones that I don't like the most. Eyes.
Win some pro painted comps and you won't have to paint them.
I don't enter the pro painted comps.
Well, you should. Then you don't have to paint them. And then we'll be on stream here. You'll be doing absolutely fuck all, and I'll be painting your models.
Yeah, but then I'll end up with a really, really bad situation of I'll have this one box set that's painted really, 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 really well, and then I'll have the rest of my army that I've got to get up to those standards.
Well, you just
now do you understand why I don't do it?
Strip them and send me the rest of them.
What, you are 400 and something?
Well, maybe not all at once.
Yeah, I've got near enough 100 in just intercessors alone.
Yeah, I've got about 40 that I need to paint up.
Well, I've got 65 of the standard ones, and then I've got another 20. Is it 20? Yeah, another 20 assault intercessors, then 5 heavy intercessors, 90. So 90 intercessors overall.
Not bad.
Then you got the 60 tactical marines.
Yeah, they don't count because they're not.
Yes, you do.
They're old. They're stupid.
No, they're not. They can take a special weapon and a heavy weapon, so it means they can have a nice little 10-man squad.
For now, until GW announced that they're no longer supported and you can't use them at all.
Yeah, but you won't get that until you've got a las cannon on this size armor.
You don't necessarily need to.
Well, we've got plasma guns, we've got flamers, we've got missile launchers, and we can throw heavy bolters in there. The only thing we're missing is a las cannon.
You don't really need a squad of las cannon stuff. I don't think so.
No,
you don't need a squad for every heavy weapon.
A singular model to go in an intercessor squad. Intercessor to replace the tactical.
No, because then that kind of ruins the whole point of the intercessors, which is they're there for one purpose, and they do that one thing very well. Put a las cannon in there, and it ruins the intercessor. I know what you're saying. Like a unit of 10 las cannon guys, like you have 10 missile launchers and stuff. It's probably something they will do, but I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, it's that way I can go back to 5th edition and play True Scale Marines. I can actually make up tactical squads with missile launchers and las cannons and devastator squads and everything else that I need. With true scale Marines, as opposed to, as you said, the little dinky ones that they are at the moment.
Why do you have to?
I don't have to have true scale Marines, but it'd just be nice.
No, I mean, like, why do they need to make that change for you to do that?
What, put a las cannon on one of these size Marines?
Yeah.
Because it'll look odd having one that's like half the size with a las cannon and then.
No, I know, but
how you doing?
I know, I get that, but you don't need you. There's other options for las cannons in loads of other armies out there.
Yeah, but that means I don't want a Land Raider, so I suppose I could use my repulsor as a Land Raider because they don't have repulsors in 5th. So that would become a Land Raider, which would have 2 twin-linked las cannons on the side. So there's 2, and then I've got the Dreadnoughts as well, which can be mounted with las cannons. So yeah, I can put a fair few out there. I know that much. But look, I want more.
You've got the Stormspeeder Thunderstrike, which is insanely good, as I found out in a game the other day.
Yeah, it's only insanely good in this edition. Wait till they nerf it and melee becomes preferent again. And
well, then there'll be something else that'll be good. But I'm only talking about what's now. I can't predict what's going to happen in the future.
That's why I want one of everything. Because I don't care what's good now. Because if I've got it, I've got it. I can take it.
Well, I suppose that if that's the kind of play style you're going for, then so you can have like a competitive game every time. But I only build my lists because of what I like the look of, you know.
Well, I like building fluffy lists. So if I'm going to build a demi company, I will build it as a demi company. So it'll have troops, it'll have fast, it'll have elites, it'll have heavy, it'll have HQ, it'll have a bit of everything. So I like to play fluffy armies, which is why I lose. Pardon me. But in the case where it's like, right, I'm sick of losing now, I can turn around and put out a meta army if I wish.
The game I had the other day, you'll like to hear what happened in it.
Go on.
It was my Black Templars versus Orcs, 2,000 points. And he took Gazgul in a Gargantuan Squiggoth.
In a Gargantuan Squiggoth? Can he get in a Gargantuan Squiggoth?
It can carry 20 models and Gazgul counts as 18.
So yeah, he can get in and that's it?
Yeah. Him and Macquarie.
Yeah.
So that unit itself is like a massive amount of wounds and hard to kill. At least that's what you would assume, right? Well, my turn 1, after only 3 models shot at it, with the Stormspeeder Thunderstrike going first, so that everything else has +1 to wound against the Gargantuan Squiggoth. I killed it after only 3 units shooting at it in turn 1, and I got Gazgul down to 1 wound.
Has he not still got the limit on how many wounds you can take?
Nope.
Per phase, so you can kill him in a single shooting phase now if you wish.
You can kill him in a single shooting phase.
If you're capable, should I say.
It's hard because Macquarie has a 2+ invulnerable save.
Yeah, and you'll tank wounds for
him. But all I did was shoot an assault cannon at the unit, and I got several 6s, and those 6s went straight through Macquarie's invulnerable save, killed him off. So now Gazgul's 2+ invulnerable save was gone, and he was back to his 4+ invulnerable.
Which is the downside, a lot easier to get rid of than a bloody 2+.
Yeah, and then in the end, guess what killed Gazgul?
A scout.
No, just an intercessor. An intercessor. A standard intercessor charged Gazgul Thracker and killed him. And all of that happened in turn 1.
Oh bloody no! I bet your opponent was not happy with that.
He was not happy, no, because it was a Forge World Squig-Off that he'd bought, built, and painted quite nicely, and he didn't even get to move it. Well, except taking it off the side, off the board.
Yeah, he got to pick it back up again off the board, and that was it.
Yeah, but that Storm Speeder Thunderstrike, 170 points. It hits everything on 2+, and it's got like its twin las cannon, kind of. It's like a weaker version of a las cannon, but it's a twin las cannon. A slightly better version of a hunter killer missile, which is not a one shot. You can.
Oh.
It's one shot per turn. So it's just like an attack 1 gun. It doesn't have one shot. And like an anti-air missile launcher that you can obviously use on anything else as well. But but when you shoot it, whether or not you wound or not, you pick one unit that was attacked by it, and the rest of your army has +1 to wound against it.
See, that's a powerful little move, that giving +1 to wound.
Yeah, so obviously I fired that first. That took off about 10 wounds off the Gargantuan Squig-Off. Then I had +1 to wound against it, so I used my Repulsor, which fired a Hunter Killer Missile, a Twin Las Cannon, a Multi-Melter at it. And then, of course, my Impulsor, which fired another Multi-Melter at it, and a load of frag grenades and stuff like that. And in the end, it was the frag grenades that took it down.
Jeez.
With +1 to wound and Oath of Moment reroll to hit and wound. It went down quite quickly.
So, yeah, that's just ridiculous.
It is. It was fun, though, because then the rest of my army shot at Gazgul and a few other things as well. And basically 2,000 points, 800 points of his army killed in 1 round with no casualties on my side at all.
At that point, he's got a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, he lost that game, naturally. But if he got turn 1, it probably would have went completely differently, because he would have got that Squig-Off and Gazgul into combat and attacked me.
I don't mean to pull people through the days. Just chill, relax, meander through it. It's far less stressful. It's far less stressful. If someone's pulling you through a day, then have a go at them. Let go of me. Stop pulling me. But
Wathander, welcome.
Yes.
Good to hear.
Yeah, first time I've had someone say, "I actually enjoy your streams. He's nice." And it's like, really? Wow.
Yeah, I've got no idea why. It's just us two talking crap.
I actually had the displeasure of I listened to my own video back a little bit earlier. Oh God, that's not good.
Oh, I've got all my live streams are on Facebook. I've not watched a single one of them, and I refuse to.
Yeah, I heard myself earlier, and it's like, do I sound like that? Really? God, I'd punch me if you ever met me in the street.
You do, unfortunately.
I couldn't listen to me.
No, I can't listen to you either.
It is my own voice, so you're not supposed to enjoy your own voice.
No, I've actually got the volume off and auto-generating subtitles.
Oh, bro, good point. Oh, cheers. I want that somewhere closer to hand, but away from the water pot, please.
What's that? A drink?
Yeah, don't put it next to the water pot, but I want it closer to hand.
Yeah, made that mistake plenty of times. I don't think there's a single Warhammer painter out there, or miniature painter out there, who hasn't dipped their brush into their cup of tea or drank from their drink water.
Yeah, mine's usually the latter. I usually end up picking up my paint water to drink. And it's like,
yeah. I had a really, really bad case once when I drank a teeniest bit of my paint water that I'd also been using with an old paintbrush dipped in white spirit.
Oh no, no,
Yeah,
that's not good. That's not good. I've
using the white
tasted white
spirit,
spirit.
using the white spirit to create like weathering effect, using a special paint pot that I've got, and I accidentally drank that paint water, or at least
See,
I took it. I put it to my lips and I tasted the spirit water, the white spirit. Thankfully, I didn't go any further than that.
I've definitely tasted white spirit. I used to work in a golf shop, so when I was putting on and off, taking grips on and off and changing them, you use white spirit to soften the adhesive.
Yeah.
So my hands would be covered in it, and then I'd go outside for a cig, and it's like, what's that taste? I don't understand. Oh yeah, my hands are all covered in white spirit. That's why it tastes weird.
Well, when it's white spirit, you should really be wearing gloves. So that's your own stupid fault.
Well, no, Gen X. I don't do silly things like wear gloves and PPE and things like that.
What do you mean? You went through several videos where you were wearing gloves when you're painting.
Yeah, but that wasn't for protective thingies. That was just to cover up the nicotine stains on my fingers. That wasn't as protection.
Right, fair enough. Rabbit Hole Library. Hello.
Hello, Rabbit Hole Library. So I completely butchered that then. Sorry. How are you doing, Rabbit Hole Library? I didn't mean to butcher your name. Yeah.
Well, thankfully, at least I think it's probably not their actual name. So
Yes. Well, I genuinely hope that's not your name. In which case, I don't mean to take the mick too much, but your parents are cruel if they've called you that.
and God, library is a surname.
Well, see, the library as a surname isn't too unbelievable because a lot of people have surnames related to industries that have been. Oh, it's Kirsty.
Oh,
That
hello.
means you found your charger.
Oh, Queen of Chargers. Queen of Lock
Yes.
Chargers.
Yes. So yeah, now I'm a little more comfortable. now I know where I can take the piss completely. um, sorry, Kirsty, but I can, and I expect you to do it back. Don't worry, I don't expect it to be a one-sided affair. You take the mick by all means. Right, so let's get some more clear, actual flat colour on these, particularly on the higher ridge points, and then I can grey wash it with army paint or speed paint afterwards.
Do you think we'll get any more visitors today coming on stream?
The honest answer is I don't know. I have had a decline. I have had Discourse has come back to me and said that they were unable to jump up tonight because they are busy. So I extend this like whenever if I'm ever up, please feel free. None of the other bloody got back to me. They never do. And although then again, EB will pop in and come in and go as he pleases anyway. So I don't necessarily expect him to come off a link off his Discord.
That would be great if EB showed up. EB,
Aye.
if you're out there, if you can hear us, come and join in.
Yeah. Come on. You know you want to. You want to sit here and talk plastic models with us too. You know you want to. You know you want to do it. He's probably not even in here. I could cheat. Let's do that.
He was doing a series of reactions for Warhammer, wasn't he? And that didn't end.
Well, he did the bricky. He did the first bricky one.
Yeah.
And then look, just send this to EB. That's why I have it on Where's the private chat? There's a private chat. Nothing's been put in there yet. Okay.
Been looking forward to seeing him watch more Warhammer stuff.
Well, hopefully. Well, he did get the second one done. He did watch it, but he lost the sound recording. So he had all the video.
Yeah, I remember that. That's demoralising enough.
Yeah, so having to sit through it is good. No, EB won't join us. He's currently busy.
That's cool. What about Buzzard? Are you going to show your face today?
Well, I'm just waiting for the private chat to state that, and then yes. Good evening, Buzzard. How are you doing?
Good evening, lads. How are you doing? And I'll say hello, Jessica, even if you are on the wrong side of the border.
I'm on the top side because Scotland's always on the top.
Yeah, she's in North England, as opposed to
fuck off. I'm not part of England.
West England.
I defected.
No, you're part of North England. Then you've got West England, and then you've got West England.
They'll still consider you a Sassenach, though, won't they?
Sorry?
You'll still be considered a Sassenach.
Yes.
A Sassenach?
You were born south of the border.
How long have you been up there?
In Scotland? 7, 8 years, maybe?
And they've not used the word Sassenach around you at all?
That's too big of a word for up above the border.
You must.
I don't really. Well, I don't really get out. I don't really get out a lot, and my jobs have almost always been with Polish people.
Hell of a reason to go to Scotland.
Yeah, I went to Scotland because I wanted to get away from England, not because I wanted to go to Scotland.
It's far better places.
It's a beautiful place in Scotland. I absolutely love it.
It is. It is a beautiful place. I've just not really got round to exploring it properly because I've never really had the money for it. But hopefully soon.
There we go. Much better with a brighter, whiter helmet. Opposed to that horrible dark thing. Still needs a wash though. Dirty bleeders.
What are you going to wash the white with?
That one. So I'm going to do it with a grey.
Have I missed this? What's on them bases that I'm looking at? You've got 2 blank bases, but they do look to have something on them.
Oh, these ones. These are the Ripper
they do have
Swarms.
stuff on them. Right. From above, you couldn't see what they were.
These are the 2 models that I forgot about for the bugs, which are the 2 Ripper Swarm bases.
They look like something for Jessica to them. They look a little bit too finicky.
Nah, they'll be fine.
They're okay. They're small. There's not a lot of detail on them.
No, most of it's the kit and armor on the back. So it's simple enough. But I didn't put them together because originally you could only field them in units of 3, and they've just changed it so I can field them in little units of 1 on their own. So I actually put them together now so I can use them.
Oh, can you? Okay, that's interesting. I don't see how they're going to last very long in units of 1, but
you got to see them first. And because the swarms and they're so tiny, they run around. They can skirt around things, and they can deep strike as well, as far as I'm aware.
You did something today, lads, that is not easy to do. You impressed me.
How the fuck did I do that?
Well, I'm still trying to work out how you did it. I saw your notification to say you were coming on, so I clicked on it, and I saw the black and white image of all your characters from last week. And then I refreshed the page, and colour just appeared.
I took a new picture. I took a new picture and changed it. It is as simple as that. I thought, crap, that's the one from last week. I've done work on them since then, so I set my little thing up next to my window here and took another picture and
I just hit refresh, and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I changed it because
lazy painter becomes speed painter.
I thought you were going to say that you don't understand how he managed to get on time 2 weeks in a row.
I don't know. I was late myself. I was in game, so I missed the opening bit.
No,
I probably didn't see them two little, whatever they are, them critters.
Two little. Oh yeah, no, I'd already done them before stream. I did them as a slight panic this afternoon when I noticed that I'd put them in an army list and not put them together. I was like, well, that's gonna work, isn't it? So I was better put them together so I can use them. Because now they've made all them nice point changes, I now have 20 paladins to face, which I am not looking forward to.
20 paladins to paint.
To face. Now my opponent is going to have 20 paladins.
Oh, you're having a battle?
Yeah.
Oh, tell me more. Who are you taking on? Somebody you know?
Yeah, I'm taking on the Grey Knight player that I usually lose to.
And you were playing against me at some point, remember? You said?
Yes, Tabletop Simulator. I have not forgotten. I'm trying to eke out time for this. I'm trying to carve out a specific nice 3 to 4 hour section where I can go, right, leave it alone, I'm playing a game.
Have you seen the points upgrades and the updated rules?
Yeah, that's how my opponent ended up getting another bloody unit of paladins.
What about you? How did you fare for it?
I got an extra 2 units of Ripper Swarms.
That's not too bad.
No, I mean, I literally got that one and that one. That's what I got to add. He got to add 5 paladins. I got to add that and that.
Oh, I got in my 2,000 point list, I got an extra 200 points to spend. Black Templars Black Templars, almost everything got a points deduction.
Time to put the kettle on. Are you guys all right, or you want to top up?
No, I'm all right. I've still got half a pint left.
Cool. Right, back in a minute.
Cool.
And yes, that is half a pint of tea, not half a pint of alcohol.
I really want to drink a Coke, but I've got none left.
No, I've stopped drinking fizzy drinks. I started drinking them a while ago, actually.
Yeah, well, I need to stop drinking them because I'm addicted to Coke at the moment, and I need to
stop Coke. It makes a right mess of your nose.
It does. But yeah, any carbonated drinks now I just don't touch.
That's good, I guess.
Well, my caffeine intake's not gone down because I still drink tea and coffee. But yeah, I don't drink carbonated drinks. I very rarely drink juice. You know, like cordial or anything like that, or a flat Ribena. Don't do them. Can't stand Ribena. It's fucking disgusting.
My go-to drink at the moment is like cordial juice with sparkling water. So it kind of it creates that fizzy drink taste, which is what I'm addicted to, as opposed to flat Coke. Well, not flat Coke. As opposed to just being addicted to Coke, it's actually fizzy drinks really that I'm addicted to.
It's the carbonation of the drink that you're like, I want that. I want the bubbles.
Yeah,
I think gas.
So. That and it being ice cold is like, it doesn't matter what the weather's like. If it's ice cold and it's fizzy, then it's good. I'll drink it.
I see. I'll just let my brew go cold and then go back to it.
But cold tea tastes different.
It does.
Yeah, doesn't taste good.
It does. It tastes fine. But if you need a drink, it'll do. It'll do. Many times I've need a drink. So yeah, white helmets do make a big bloody difference, don't they? Jeez.
Show me. To the left a bit. My stand is kind of in the way.
The which stand?
Yeah, they definitely look good. Make them stand out a bit more.
Yeah, so that's my first company. So
what about shoulder pad rims? Are you having a different colour for them for first company?
No, everyone has silver. When it comes to shoulder pads, there's very little to differentiate between them.
Okay, cool.
Because thinking of it as not a tabletop game, as though you were in like down that level that was actually taking place. If they all look the same, you don't know which one the leader is. You don't know which one to shoot.
I mean, there is that, but then yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's blatantly obvious for me to tell that one's the sergeant. Why? Because he's stood in a fancier pose than the bloody rest of them.
Yeah.
And
I only ask because I'm very particular about what I paint everything, and shoulder pads have to be following the typical
Codex Astartes, aren't you? Full Codex Astartes, or whichever codex it is coming from, whether it be blood.
Yeah, because obviously salamanders don't quite follow the same thing. They don't have different colours for helmets for sergeants and veterans. They don't have they don't use the tactical symbols like the arrow and the cross, stuff like that.
They only have 8 companies. You don't have the standard
7.
I thought it was 8, including the scout.
No, it's 7. It's definitely 7. I've done a lot of research into it to figure out exactly what I wanted to do.
I'm going to go get my codex and have a look at that now.
Well, if I'm wrong, I'd be very surprised, but I'm pretty sure it is 7.
We won't be.
No.
I got my Salamander's Land Raider mostly painted up, which looks awesome.
Oh, see, this is the reason why I've not chosen typical Salamander's colour scheme, is because of that green.
That green is piss easy to do. It's just a spray paint.
No, the green is too gaudy for me.
Oh, I love it. I think it looks awesome.
It looks like it belongs in a comic book. As far as it's like, I like green. I just don't want that green. I'd rather have it as more of a camo green, and then it doesn't look right.
Fair enough. I like it quite striking. I think it looks good, especially on a Apocalypse game when I'm going to have it alongside my Black Templars. This and my Black Templars next to each other would look pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a Kermit tank.
Terminator tank, yeah.
No, you said a Kermit tank.
Oh, Kermit tank. No, it's a Land Raider for Terminators.
We're on the same page, lads. We're all right.
Yeah, that's a Kermit tank. It's a big tank that's supposed to take them fellas.
Yes.
Oh dear, I just broke my own rule.
What's that?
Oh, well, I'm eating chocolate hobnobs, which are gorgeous.
Yes, they are.
It was an automatic thing to dip it in with a pot of tea. And you should never dip chocolate biscuits in tea.
Yes, you should.
No, you should.
You should.
It's a very quick.
On this rare occasion, I'm with Laz on this one.
Yeah, see, I was supposed to get now. Where is it? 40,000.
Which means on this rare occasion, Laz is actually right.
Codex Space Marines from 9th edition, because they've not brought it out for 8th. Salamanders. Wow, how lucky was that? First page I opened. Salamanders. No, you used to give the unit thingies in here. I'm sure they used to give you how they was comprised as chapters.
I think they stopped giving you all of that information a while ago.
So it would have been the 8th edition codex where we got it last.
Probably.
Sons of asses.
Just Google it on Lexicon. Just Google it on Lexicanum. That's where I got it from.
Lexicon.
The Salamanders 40k. It's written on there. It even tells you how the firstborn Salamanders are split into the 7 companies, and it tells you how the Primaris Salamanders are split.
This is a wiki page.
Yeah, and
which means that none of the information is actually reliable.
Yes, it is. Wikipedia is one of the most reliable websites out there now. It never used to be, but for a good few years, Wikipedia has been extremely reliable.
Because people can edit things and put whatever they want in.
Yeah.
No,
by
you can't.
proxy,
It has to be confirmed.
Just because the others have gone down in standards, don't mean to say that one's gone up.
Salamanders. Space Marines first of all. Salamanders. Give me salamanders.
Why are they called salamanders? They don't look like snakes.
The planet
because-
they come on has big dragon things.
Yeah, and the big dragon things are like they call salamander kind of things. It's basically dragon. They base their theme is fire, and forging, like being extremely good with machines and stuff like that. But mostly massive hammers and forging, with super hot fires on a planet that is essentially a volcanic world. And on that world is dragons, actual dragons, which they hunt down and kill as trophies.
That doesn't tell me jack diddly squat.
Isn't a salamander like a gecko thing, a lizard or something?
A salamander
yeah.
is an axolotl that has been basically injected with iodine.
But yes, it's a lizard. It's a gecko kind of thing.
No, I do stand corrected. There is first company, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh.
Yep, seventh is a scout. See, I'm always right.
I'll stand corrected on that one. Cool, so that means I only need to make 7 companies. I don't need to make 10. That means I'm over. Yay! That means...
Well, I mean, the successor chapters don't have to have exactly 7.
My librarian's not going to be blue. So I'm going to have 8 in mine.
Well, he should be blue.
If I was following Codex Astartes, I should also have 10 companies.
It's not just about following Codex Astartes. It's about the fact that they had to go to I think they have to go to Terra to train to be an official librarian, and that honor bestowed on them, they have to wear blue armor to represent that fact.
It's not have blue shoulder pads.
Well, no, the shoulder pads should be the color of the chapter that they're from.
Exactly.
Right, so you're doing it the wrong way around.
No. It's still got
The
blue
armor
shoulder pads.
the armor should be brilliant blue, and the shoulder pads should be that of the chapter.
No, it's gonna. In fact, I might just get the blue out and do it now, just to annoy you. Just for the sheer sake of going. Told you. No.
Again, it made me laugh there when I spilled over the colour, but never mind.
Well, first of all, let's get a little bit of this grey speed paint. Put it on there.
For white, for contrast and stuff, I would always use apothecary white contrast.
I don't have apothecary white contrast.
You need to get hold of it then. It's, again, another one of my favourite colours to use. It's very, very good as a contrast for white without like losing the brightness of the white and making it look like it's a light grey. Apothecary white keeps it looking white.
Well, that didn't seem to work too badly.
I've never used the Army Painter white still, so I'm not sure.
Well, this is first generation Army Painter white.
Oh, right, you're using the old stuff.
Yeah, so
I have no idea then.
All the complications that come with that come with this, such as reactivation and all that crap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard that the first version of Army Painter contrasts were not as good.
To say they're not as good is comparing.
I'm not saying not as good as contrasts. I'm just saying they had a lot of flaws in them.
I think it's more that people were expecting something different than what they got. I think they're brilliant paints. You just got to use them correctly.
Yeah, and when you've obviously got Games Workshop that came up with contrast paints first, as far as I know, and then other companies like brought out their version of it. Everyone expected them to work the same as the Games Workshop one, so I totally get that.
Yeah. And they're completely different paints. Well, not completely different, but
I know.
They don't work They don't work in the same exact manner.
Yeah. That's why I've never really bothered using them, because I'm more than satisfied with the way Citadel paints work. In my opinion, they're the best range. They're expensive, I know. I know they're not good for painting on a budget, but if you're in this hobby, you're not doing it because you're on a budget.
I am. I'm on a very big budget. I'm on a very little budget, should I say?
Okay, fair enough.
I'm on a very, very little budget. The last two things that I've bought properly were the Leviathan box set and that Combat Patrol before it went out of print.
Yeah, and you're in the running to win the Tyranid half of the Leviathan next week, aren't you?
Yes, that's because
I
want that Carnifex, and I want the Neuro Tyrant.
Cool.
And I want the Bad Bounce. And basically,
cool.
I want everything that you don't get in the start collecting box.
Yeah, it's kind of why I did it, because I had them sat in my copy of Leviathan for ages, thinking, do I want them? Do I not want them? And then I've basically decided, no, I don't want them. I'm never going to get around to doing them because I've got my Black Templars to work on. I've got my Salamanders to work on, my Steel Legion. So the Tyranids don't excite me enough.
Oh, have I just lost myself? I got a beat. Why did I get a beat?
I can still hear you.
Yeah. That was weird.
Is the thing live? Are we still live?
It's still going fine. It was, I think my screen just had a bit of a refresh.
Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I decided in the end I don't want my nids, so someone else can have them.
Well, the only reason I kept the nids is because I couldn't find anyone to swap my nids for Space Marines with.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I kept them, and it's like, well, now I've got them, I might as well paint them on this channel because it gives me something that breaks with Space Marines.
Yeah, it's something new for you to do, yeah.
I mean, how many people are sick of me painting Space Marines? Show of hands, please. Oh, one person in the room. But yeah, people will be sick of me painting Space Marines. So I thought, go on, I'll keep them. I'll do them a different colour than what normal colours would be. And we'll see what happens then. And it turned out to a point where I can go, all right, I can leave them. They're not bad, they're not great, they're far better than I was when I first started painting, but they're not as good as what I think I could actually do if I bothered to put my
I get you.
effort into it.
No one is a perfect painter anywhere. Everyone has things that they can learn.
Oh yeah, wet blending is definitely one of my worst techniques. I can't wet blend. I cannot do it. That's why I rely on these army paints to help me.
You do have to be, but wet blending can be difficult. You have to keep going back and forth between the two colours that you're using, or three colours if you're doing it. If you're doing it that way, you have to keep moving between the colours regularly until it's all blended together. It's not an easy technique. Definitely not.
Nope. And I really don't want to be trying that. Not right now, anyway.
But it has some really cool effect if you get it right.
Oh, I know. That's why I don't want to try it and fuck it up. Because I know that's what will happen if I go into it guns blazing without actually thinking about it and going, right, okay, I need that colour, I need that colour, I need to be able to mix them properly across my palette so I can pull out each stage as I need it.
Yeah.
Once I get that bit sorted, then I might give it a go, but until then it's like, nah, I'm not going to bother doing that because that's just too difficult for me at this stage of my painting career. It sounds weird calling it that. It does sound really weird calling it a painting career.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that me painting these models are part of my career as well. It's weird.
Yeah, but you would be technically correct because you're getting paid to do that.
So I am, yeah. Well, this is a prize for a competition.
But somebody has to enter the competition to win the competition. So.
Oh wait, no, this isn't a prize for competition. This is a commission, but I'm not getting paid money for it.
I don't want to know.
Oh no, I don't mean that. The winner's making me some advertising videos for TikTok and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't do them, and he's he can.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, that type of thing. Oh, no, you see, you've lost this time. You dropped down for a second.
I can still see me.
Yeah, it was literally you. It was a refresh.
Huh, okay, weird.
Oh. Right, so we have whitish helmets, and he has a reddish stripe down the top. Let's just clean up that edge because that edge is horrible. Yeah, I might even stick these on one of your painting competitions, you know.
Say that again?
I might actually stick these on one of your painting competitions, see if anyone actually votes me this time.
Can do. This month it's a vehicle.
It's a vehicle? Ah, bugger. I'll just get out then.
And supposedly, Epic is supposed to be coming out this month.
Oh, that'll be the easiest vehicles ever because they're going to be like, that big.
No. The vehicle one is not epic scale. It has to be normal scale. But next month, if Epic is released this month, next month's painting competition will be epic.
I'm not buying epic models.
Not necessarily epic models, but epic scale. Anything in that mini scale.
Would a D&D model count?
It's not epic scale.
It's smaller than a thingy, though.
Yeah, but it's not like a few millimeters tall for a character. So no, it has to be kind of like one of those massive battle.
Oh, so it's got to be tiny thing.
Yeah. And I'm not saying just 40k, because there's like World War II games out there that are that small that would be allowed. But you can also enter like a Titan from Adeptus Titanicus, but it's still epic scale, even though it's still quite a big model,
And stuff from Aeronautica or anything like that.
Yeah, anything that would fit into that scale of epic Adeptus Titanicus or Aeronautica will be allowed. And then after that, I'm not sure. Oh, October, I'm going to do a Halloween themed one.
In October, you're going to do a Halloween themed one.
It's not October. I don't care about October. It's going to be a Halloween themed one. Your entry can be absolutely anything you want. Vehicle, infantry, character, absolutely anything. Can even be epic if you want it to be. But it has to be painted or sculpted in such a way to be Halloween themed.
Ooh, actually. Where is he? Where is he?
Or you have something that would work.
I think he might be in this box here, actually.
I look forward to that one. And then at Christmas, I'm going to do a Christmassy themed one, so you can make a Santa Claus if you really wanted to.
I have a Lynch somewhere. That has been 3D printed.
All right.
I can't remember which. I've also got about 7 little boxes, so I have no idea which one he's in. I know he's in a box somewhere with the mini version before he transforms. Because I got a WizKids wizard. Was it a WizKids? I think it was a WizKids.
No idea. I do worry, though, in October that there's probably not going to be very many entries. Because how many people are going to have a Halloween-themed model? Or how many people are willing to buy a Halloween-themed model for the painting competition? But I suppose if I put a good enough price up, like maybe like a single character pro-painted or something like that, I don't know.
I mean, it depends how far you're willing to push the Halloween theme. Will a zombie suffice?
I suppose in a way.
So
yeah.
If just get the box, it should be behind me. 1 minute.
It's not going to. None of my categories are really that specific. They're all going to be slightly broad in a way. So, like a zombie for a Halloween painting competition, I'll be happy with that.
Right, so let's have a look at this shit show that's happening on here. You're a Chaos Marine, you're Sigma guy, you're Orc, you're Elder, you're D&D, you're... So something as simple as that.
Yeah.
That would be easy enough, I suppose.
That would be allowed.
There's Sparkle. I'll leave her there for a second. So she'd be too big for an epic model.
Yes.
Look at the fucking size of her. She's tiny.
But she's not epic scale. Epic scale is very specific.
She is as epic as you get.
Not epic in my books.
Sorry. She's as epic as you get.
No, not epic scale.
There's no pleasing some people, is there? Would that count as a Halloween model?
An ugly painted orc? No.
That it's Karen.
Karen?
Karen.
Oh, right.
He's
But
carrying.
I suppose that could be that could be a funny entry for a Halloween thing. So yeah, sure, go ahead.
It's carrying the war bitch. No, I'm just pulling. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to find zombies now. Sorry, I'm just picking out zombies if I can find as many as I can find. Chaos Marine, Chaos Marine, Chaos Marine, Chaos Marine, Chaos Marine, Arup, Arup, Arup. Yes, I have a lot of Sigma stuff as well.
Are you interested in any of the new Sigma releases?
Nope. Wasn't even interested in these Sigma releases. So I only got them because they were cheap.
Yeah. Fair dues. I was
Um,
toying whether to put the new Sigma releases on a competition or not, but all of my other Age of Sigma comps didn't sell very well, so never mind.
No, Age of Sigma is not something that people are interested in now, apparently.
Yeah. It's a shame. I would like to do the Age of Sigma stuff as regular comps as well, but
Well, it doesn't quite seem to be as big a game for some reason.
I made a bit of a profit on the Cities of Sigma box set, but
Yeah, that was
I wouldn't do it very often.
Let's find all these. I know they're on here somewhere. Yeah, I know. My desk is slowly filling back up with models again. Maybe a bit more of an angle at what I'm doing. So all the zombies are going in there, and everything else is going around it. Oh shit! I've lost the top of the staff. You get off. Get off. You can stay on there. You're a nid. You're a nid. You're a zombie. You're a Chaos Marine. You're a Chaos Marine. Zombie. You're a D&D character. You're a D&D character. You're Eldar technically, but you're a D&D character. That's another D&D Panther person. That's Captain's D&D character. Ah, there's the other zombie. There's another zombie. That's the rat guy. One, two, three, four. Where's the other guy with a spear? I'm missing another guy. There he is. 5. That's you. That's your little rat guy. That's the other 40k D&D character. Another Chaos Marine. Another stabby spear orc. Stabby Gretchen. Thus. Is that the one? No, there's another one. That's the 2 blades. I've got a few zombies I can choose through at least.
Cool.
Orc. Any more orcs? Or anything else on this? Just answer anything else on this tray that shouldn't be on this tray. So it's only supposed to be Tyranids on here at the moment. Despite the fact that I dumped out the contents of an entire box on here with them.
Yeah.
Well, I needed something to transport all of the Space Marines in. So I was like, right, dump them all out of that. Put them in there for now. And then we'll see where we get from that point. You can go there for a minute. Where's my other leaper? How am I to lose a Von Ryan's Leaper?
You didn't lose it, it escaped. It's hiding. Just what Von Ryan Leapers do well.
Well, them two didn't do very well because I found them. I found him. He's the big arc, isn't he? Get off. Fucking. No, I can't. Piss off. Oh, he's not there. He's got to be down. There he is. I knew he'd be somewhere close. Goodbye. All that needs to go back under there now. I don't know what I'm going to do with everything I did upon my desk, though. But I needed to sort them out anyway, so. You. In fact, you can use it. I'll use the Paladins. Fuck it. I've got a lending 5 of them. Pardon me. And if I use my Terminate as a proxy, it'll stop us getting confused. Eldar size models. Where are the rest of the Eldar size models? Swear to God, if I had even half a brain, I would be dangerous.
Good thing you have barely an 8th.
Yep. Which just makes me slightly terrifying and not dangerous. Aha, there you are, you stupid little witch. And you two-bladed motherfucker. And then D&D. They are all specifically D&D scale. I'll shift them out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little ones. And there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other ones with spears. 9 with spears and 1 with 4. What the hell are you, robot? There's nowhere down there for you to go. There's literally nowhere under this desk for that model to go. Yeah, it seems to disappear.
I told you, it's sneaked off, it's hiding.
Right, one sec. Say again?
It's got lone operative. It's hiding. You've got to be within 12 inches of it. You've got to be within 12 inches of it to see it.
I was within an inch of it. Thank you. I was within an inch of him. In fact, if I had put my foot down, I would have crushed him. Right, so there's all of them out of the way now. And you can go with them. So can you and Chaos Marines. Black Legion, Word Bearer. Bits of different legions where I'm testing them out. See, I don't do too badly on some of the stuff that I do.
No, I wouldn't say you do too badly.
But, yeah. There are other stuff where it's just like, oh crap, that was really bad.
There's always things like that. Even in my collection, there's stuff I look at and I think, what the fuck was I on when I did that?
There we go. Good old Dave. The reminder of the 1994 days.
Good God, that's old. That's why I like the new upgrade. That's why I like the fact that the models get upgraded and made look bigger and better and more realistic.
Well, no, because we went from him. I thought, right, okay. So they upgraded it and upgraded it to him. Bit of a difference. Fair enough. And now, we've done it again and upgraded it to him.
Yeah, and the new ones look awesome. All the ones before it look short, stumpy, and stupid. The same with the Space Marines. I've always thought that. Not even long before they announced Primaris. Like, bear in mind, I wasn't even in the hobby. I had a break from the hobby for quite a while. But when I came back, Primaris already existed. But even before I left the hobby the first time, right, I always looked at Space Marines and thought they look ridiculous in the sense that they're just out of proportion for everything else.
Yeah, they do look a bit dumpy.
Exactly, and that's why I'm super happy with Primaris, and I will defend Primaris.
I don't mind the fact that the true scale now, that doesn't bother me too much. What's annoying me is the fact that they're going, all your old ones now, you can't use them. It's like, you do realise I've spent thousands on them.
They've never said you can't use them. You can still use them. You just use the Primaris rules instead. They even said that in their official wording. There's nothing stopping you from using your firstborn miniatures.
And just primary stat line and
yeah.
Oh, cool. So
eventually that's what they're gonna. All the firstborn stuff is going to be removed from the codex. Eventually, in fact, I've got a funny feeling. Pretty much, the new codex is going to be Primaris only. The only thing, I'm not sure what they're going to do with like Predator and Rhino and stuff like that because they've not.
We'll keep tactical marines.
They kind of have the replacement, but I think tactical marines, all of them, I would not be surprised if they don't exist in the new codex. Tactical marines.
No, tactical marines will stay because they're a very iconic unit. Scouts have been redone already, so we know that they're staying in a different form.
Well, no, scouts are getting updated with the models. Obviously, they're staying. They're just going to be called like neophytes now or something like that, probably. Yeah, they're Primaris scouts, but Primaris tactical marines are intercessors, so they'll probably get rid of them.
I hope not. I like tactical marines.
Yeah, I don't.
They're like the core of a Space Marine army.
Well, so is Intercessor.
No, because they're only anti-infantry.
No, but that's the whole point of Space Marines, is they always were supposed to be an elite unit, with each unit having its very specific purpose, but the rules just never reflected this. But now, the rules do reflect this. So you can, instead of having a unit that has multiple uses and you're in the middle of a game and you're like got a las cannon in there and a flamer, what the hell do you do with them? I mean, obviously now you can split fire, but it kind of doesn't work as well when you split fire. It's diluting your attacks off.
But back in the old editions, you would combat squad them and you would put the flamer with your sergeant and send them further forward, and you'd have your las cannon sat back with 4 guys.
Yeah, but now you can have a whole unit of flamers, or a whole unit of plasmas, a whole unit of melters, and it works better that way. So, yeah, get rid of the tactical marines, and you've got the ethos of the Space Marine army, which is they're elites. Each unit has a very specific purpose, and that's it.
I blame Robbie Gurleyman changing the codex. Well, Games Workshop changing it, but they're using his name to do it. I blame him. I'm going to keep my tactical marines.
Nah, I think you're gonna be disappointed then.
No, I'm going to read.
Maybe this month's codex. Maybe this month's codex it will keep the tactical marines in there, but I doubt it.
Because Space Marines usually get 2 codexes if they're not going to be the first in the new edition.
Well, they're the second.
So we should imagine we're getting 2 codexes.
Because we're going to get the new codex by the end of this month.
Well, yeah, because they did that stupid campaign thing, which who do you want to see first, Space Marines or Tyranids?
Not just that, but the Nova release last week, they said that the new Space Marines will be up for pre-order in the next couple of weeks. So I suspect it's going to be next week. You'll be able to do a pre-order.
Oh, it will be. They weren't going to leave it that long between the 2 different releases.
No, absolutely not. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to be putting up a mega comp for the Space Marine release. All of them together, same as I did with the Tyranids.
Do we have any idea of what new stuff we'll be getting with the Space Marines apart from the jump stuff? Are we getting anything extra that we know of?
What jump stuff?
Yeah, we're getting the new jump intercessors.
Yeah, and the jump captain and jump lieutenant and.
Are we getting a jump lieutenant?
Yeah, well, the model itself can be made as a captain or a lieutenant, I believe.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, it's a jump HQ.
Yeah, basically. But in terms of jump infantry, I think that was what was announced. I can't think of anything else that they would add to it. It's just a close combat style, fast jump infantry unit.
It's still advertised up on the Warhammer community site, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's go have a look.
You have to go back a couple of pages, but yeah, it's on there.
Verify I am human.
And they look nice. They're pretty cool models. All of the new Space Marine stuff looks like really cool models, actually. Looking forward to them. I will be getting me some.
Well, as soon as he says Space Marines, I want to get me some. But I've still not got any of the missile launchers or the new Dreadnought.
I'm not fussed about the missile launchers because I think they look ridiculous. Way out of proportion. The rules-wise are cool, but I select my army based on what I think looks cool, not the rules, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Rules always the way to go.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, how far back is this?
What, have you missed the announcements?
No, I remember seeing them. I just can't remember what was in it fully.
Oh, right.
Nova open. So yeah, we got him.
Yeah, the Nova.
Ah, there we are. Codex Space Marines in chapter stuff.
Some really nice kits. And they're bringing back the old way of doing the characters, where you have all of the options in the kit and you can mix and match them as in how you want. Oh yeah, the command squad. That looks awesome. Apparently, that's got like tons of options for what you can equip them with.
Oh, nice. Captain Power Fist and Plasma Pistol.
Yeah, and you can equip them. They all have lots of different options. They've decided they've listened to us this time round, because in 9th edition you bought one model and you got one loadout for him, and that's it.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking in fairness.
Yeah, but now they've changed that now. So now when you buy a character model, you'll have an option for Power Fist, a Thunder Hammer, Chainsword, everything you want in it.
Ooh, I like him. Give him a skull.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Yeah, the chaplain with shield, it looks awesome.
That's not bad. And then we've got the jump infantry.
Yeah, including a lieutenant / captain.
Everyone of them's got a tactical rock.
Yeah, but they're meant to be jump infantry. They're jumping off them. I get what you mean, though. You can always remove most of the tactical rock, but that looks really nice. The captain.
I like
the captain. Captain on jump pack looks awesome.
This is everything. Yeah, this is everything, isn't it? So yeah, the new scouts, the new all of it. And I mean, she's upgraded ridiculously as a model.
Oh, that model there, the lady on the horse, that is a beautiful model as well. I'm going to be putting that as a pro painted comp, I think. I don't know. I don't know if it will sell very well. I'm not sure.
That compared to those.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, every time they released that model, they updated it. It was the most beautiful model they'd created that release, you know, and they just keep making it better and better.
That's strange. And then you get him, which is not the 40k release, is it? That's the Heresy release.
Yeah, but it's such a cool model. Look at the size of it.
Oh dear.
It's absolutely massive. And someone already wants me to. Someone is already wanting me to paint that for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Bloody no.
So
Yeah.
looking forward to painting that.
Rather you than me.
I'm looking forward to it. Get me airbrush out for those wings. Look awesome.
See, blue shoulder pads on librarians works fine.
But yeah, if the chapter colours are blue.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Squirrel says fuck's sake.
Yeah, squirrel will always say fuck's sake. Squirrel will always say fuck's sake. Squirrel's confused as to the fact that I'm painting plastic but little soldiers and I'm not on drugs. How are you doing, Squirrel? It's been a long time, my friend. How are you? If you feel like clicking that link, go right ahead. I'm just gonna. I know.
Yeah, I've actually been watching some of your videos, Squirrel. Pretty good videos.
They are. I can't deny that.
Just came up on my feed randomly one day, and obviously I recognised the name. So.
Oh, I've already got red out. I need a flattish brush. I need red. And I'm going to try and cheat.
You're going to try to cheat?
Yeah.
What do you mean, try to cheat?
I don't want to paint all the ends of these missile bits red, so I'm just going to try and dry brush it a little bit to try and get them red. But it didn't work.
Oh, you'll probably get a spillover with that.
Yep, I already figured that one out. It's just fucked up on me. So we go back in.
It doesn't take long to do them individually.
No, it doesn't, but it takes longer than doing them all at once. So, hey, I shall have to do them individually this time. Because little shit. Why is the tip for a missile or a rocket generally done red?
I do mine white because I think it makes it look a bit more striking. Maybe so it's you can tell which end is the end you need to be pointing away from you.
I could be right. Point the red end away. Red end away, white end towards you.
Yeah.
And I know you shouldn't be licking your brushes like that. It's just very, very old habit.
Oh, I lick my brushes as well.
So how can you do that? It's just the
See you,
way I was
Squirrel.
taught.
Enjoy your work.
Yes, have fun. Back to work. I'll listen in between. All right, you still out on the road, mate. You still out on the road. All right, drive safe, man. Drive safe. Don't want no accidents, especially not caused by me.
On the road, or is he a trucker? Or...
No, I believe he's an alcohol distributor.
I thought you were just going to say alcoholic.
No, it's essentially an alcohol salesman. He goes around the bars and
Yeah. I get it.
I think, anyway. I might be completely wrong and he'll sell chickens. I could be completely wrong. I think he sells alcohol. I mean, putting it like that doesn't actually sound too good, really, does it? What is it? He's an alcohol pusher. He's a good guy, Squirrel. He's the only reason why I'm using this setup now and not this stupid setup to do it. He's the only reason why I figured out that I can do sales manager for an alcohol. See, there you go. He's a drug pusher. His drug of choice is alcohol.
Okay, so you're an alcohol drug dealer. Cool.
Yeah.
I could do with a bottle. I could do with a bottle of something right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've got no arsenic or cyanide, so sorry.
I haven't had a drink in ages.
I bet you've had one more closer than I have.
My last alcoholic drink was January.
So it was this year?
Yeah.
As I said, it's closer than mine.
Fair dues. I had mine. It was like a chocolate flavored vodka from Hotel Chocolat. It's kind of like a reward for myself for getting a job in a restaurant, which I only kept for a month before deciding I don't want it.
So it lasted a while.
The job, not the drink. I drank the drink the same night.
Yeah, well, of course, the drink would have gone straight away. I understand that. Oh, there you go. See, nice bright red. See, look at that. They stand out lots.
They do. Doing the tips on missiles is something that a lot of people don't realise really makes a miniature pop.
No, so I like that. And then I've got the 2 bolters in there to do those as well. So
on the back of one of the Storm Speeders, it's got like 3 different types of missiles in its missile pod. So I painted one white, one red, and I can't remember what the other one was. Yellow? Yeah, the other one was yellow, and it really, really works nicely.
Just to give the 3 different missile types a different look to it.
Yeah, exactly.
One's frag, one's crack, one's
black. And that color kind of matches with everything else. All frags were red. All cracks were white.
Oh.
And anti-air were yellow.
Oh, I should do anti-air. Have I got any inhale stubbers or anything that's an Icarus rocket pod or anything? I'm sure I've got something with it, anti-air on it somewhere.
The Icarus rocket pod goes on the new Redemptor Dreadnought. It goes on the Storm Speeders. The Repulsor Executioner can have one. There's a few things that can have it.
Oh, it's a Belisarius missile launcher that goes on that thing, isn't it?
On the Impulsor, yeah. That has the Icarus rocket. Well, it's not the Icarus rocket pod, but it has one of its firing options is the same as the Icarus rocket pod.
Yeah, so you've got like frag, crack, and what the bloody hell is we've just been through? Black.
Yeah, the anti-air.
Anti-air. Yeah.
Anti-flyer 2+, I think it is. So causes criticals on a 2.
Well, no, it auto wounds on a 2, doesn't it?
Sorry?
It automatically wounds on a 2. It doesn't bypass the armor like a critical wound would, but it'll wound on a 2 regardless of toughness.
Yeah, and if it's got a special rule like devastating wounds or anything, that'll be inflicted on a 2+, which I believe it does. I believe it has devastated. No, it doesn't.
No. That's overpowered. That.
Yeah,
You
it would
started
be.
taking devastating wounds on stuff that had procs on a 2+. You were like, what the? It's like, yeah, if a miss, for the moment I get to re-roll, everything's going through and you're taking full damage.
Yeah.
And there's not much you can do about it. So yeah, they couldn't be proccing devastating wounds and critical wounds on a 2+. I mean,
Yeah.
if you had devastating wounds and anti-vehicle 2+, then fine, you're wounding the vehicle on a 2+. But if you score a 6, then it gets the devastating wound. Still, I can understand that, but double stacking them, that just seems overpowered.
Some weapons are double stacked like that, though. Like combi weapons, the anti-infantry 4+ with devastating wounds. So it's devastating wounds on a 4+.
That's just stupid.
It's to represent the fact that the combi weapons can be plasma or melter. And you only get like 1 or 2 shots with them as well, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's because it's combis. I don't like what they've done with combi weapons.
Neither do I. I don't like it either. My Helbrecht suddenly no longer has a melter gun. You know,
Yep.
He can't take out a vehicle with his gun, which is something he always used to be able to do.
Or at least take out a good chunk of it before he got there.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't like it very much.
Well, I had my Sternguard set up as 5 plasmas, 5 melters purposely, so I could field them in full 5-man units of this type of gun. And I was like, well, there's no difference between any of them. So that's bloody useless, is it? What was the point in me kitting them out and buying all the extra boxes to get all the extra weapons so I could have them all with the fucking right weapon?
Yeah.
And now it doesn't make a fucking difference. Which is why it's looking like, yeah, the Storm Speeders are really good at the moment. It's like, yeah, at the moment, but next edition, they might be shit. And then the edition after that, they might just be even worse, and it's just not even point in having it in the collection until 6 or 7 more editions down the line when they go, oh, we're going to make it good again. It's like, oh, thanks. I only been sitting on the model for 10 years. Thank you. So I don't think I've used my assault squads since 7th. I just didn't see the point in them through 8th and 9th.
Yeah. I mean, I never really played 8th. I stopped in 7th and came back in 9th. But I've heard that 8th was not a very good rule set, so.
Well, it's not that dissimilar to 9th.
Yeah, well, 9th wasn't that good either.
There you go. So, yeah, it wasn't that dissimilar to 9th, really. The best rule set was probably the 5th through 7th set. It was essentially the same set of rules, just slightly tweaked.
Yeah, I remember that. I first joined at the end of 5th. So I played through 6th and 7th pretty much all the way through. And then I left towards the end of 7th and came back during COVID when 9th was out.
Yeah, well, I got back into it. Well, I left at 3rd, missed 4th, came back in at 5th. And I've been on every edition so far. So from 5th all the way, I've had this at least something from each edition as it's come out. So
yeah,
from 5th all the way up to 10th. So obviously my collection has expanded quite a lot since then.
I still have a lot of my models from 6th and 7th, but like they're in a box at my mum's house, which is in England, so probably never going to see them again. But I don't mind. Even if I had them, I probably would sell them and just do my primaries only.
Death Company, GW 1992.
Didn't even know Death Company were around back that long ago.
And there's 1, You bought them in packs of 2.
Oh god, yeah, it's metal. Yeah,
and I have 10.
yeah, that was ridiculous.
It's like I've still got an old metal plasma that I've managed to salvage from somewhere. I have no idea where. I've got an old metal thunder hammer and storm shield for a Terminator. And my Pedro Canto's still the metal version.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's not even Finecast, it's the metal one. Which I prefer, because the Finecast was shite.
Oh yeah, God no. Finecast was probably one of their worst decisions ever made. I hated it right from the beginning. As soon as I had my first Finecast model, I hated it.
Well, the first Finecast model I got saw was Imatech the Sternguard.
I don't remember my first one. I just know I wasn't happy with it.
It wasn't mine, it was my friend who bought him, because I was like, oh no, I don't need any models, I don't need any characters, I don't want any of them, they look rubbish. I don't need any at the moment. Went, yeah, but I really want Imatech, it's got Necrons. I was like, go get him then. And he got him, and he pretty much just crumbled in his hands. It was that fragile and just dry as the resin was set, and obviously overset and overcured.
Yeah,
and it just crumbled in his hands.
Yeah,
it's like I'm never buying Finecast. That made that mind up for me.
Yeah,
and they put all
totally agree with you.
Characters limited to Finecast, and it's like, you dirty bleeders.
Yeah. Basically, they just replaced all the metal with Finecast, and it was, in my opinion, like a very going backwards moment.
Yeah, they should have gone straight plastic. They should never even considered Finecast.
Yeah,
I mean, I know why they did it, because they had resin factories with Forge World and stuff. So I don't know why they chose to try and.
When they announced it, I was excited for it. I was thinking, "Oh, great! All our characters are going to be like Forge World quality." And then they released it, and I was like, the quality of the casts weren't that good. There was a lot of bubbles in it, and then they just broke apart when you touched them. So yeah, terrible.
Bloody useless. What we can do?
Absolutely terrible.
But at least now they're going hard plastic on pretty much most things.
Oh yeah, everything is plastic now, and anything that's not just hasn't had their update yet.
So you reckon Pedro's not getting dropped then?
Sorry?
Pedro's not getting dropped then? You don't think he's going to be one of the HQs that goes?
No, I think they'll keep Pedro, because what's the chapter again? Crimson Fists. The Crimson Fists are still a fairly popular mainstream chapter. He'll get an upgrade. He'll get a Primaris upgrade.
Well, they are a second founding, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is weird, because the Ultramarines, everyone calls them the poster boys. But haven't the Imperial Fist got more successful successor chapters?
Yes. I believe so. They have a lot more variants in their chapters, yeah.
Because you've got the Black Templars, you've got the Crimson Fists, and
they're all very, very different to each other.
But all the Ultramarine ones are just like, no, that's an Ultramarine, nice. No matter what colour it is, it's an Ultramarine.
Yeah, they're all the same. Vanilla boys, as I call them.
Yeah. The girly men.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like Ultramarines. I chose Blood Angels first, then Space Wolves, and then decided I was going to go for a Salamander successor.
I can't remember what my first ever. I'm pretty sure I did the same as everyone else did, and had my first army to be Ultramarines, but it didn't last very long, and I went for Black Templars when they were released, thinking, oh, they're pretty cool.
Oh, I remember my first army. My first army was Dark Eldar. Or
Never
Dark Eldar.
collected them.
I didn't.
Never. I've
collect
never
them,
even
given them.
painted never even painted a Dark Eldar before. I would like to though.
I got given it. This is how I got introduced to 40k. My friend bought the starter set, took to Space Marines, came to me with the Dark Eldar and said, "Build them. We need to play." So I went, right, okay. Built them. Proceeded to get my ass kicked. Painted them. Continued to get my ass kicked. Realised these aren't the army for me, and started with Space Marines. Right, okay. That's not important right now, is what that is. Well, what is important right now is a clean brush to do silver. Oh dear. Oh, yeah, I should not have had that pasty earlier. Oh, bad idea. Now, what did I
What was
want
that?
silver? I should not have had that pasty earlier. It was a bad idea.
A pasty. Why? What was wrong with the pasty?
I get wind.
Okay, fair enough.
So I should
What
not have had that.
what is it from puff pastry or something?
Yeah, pretty much. Anything with too much carbs.
Because you've already enough of a puff.
No.
So when you have puff pastry, your body just wants to expel it.
No, that's problem is I'm that manly. He can't take anything like that. You see, he just goes, "Get the fuck out," and my body just doesn't. It just goes, "Fuck off." I'm too alpha for it. I'm too alpha. That's the problem. Also, you've been quiet for a very long time, mate.
I'm in game, buddy. That's all. You got a bit techie for me, so I went for a game.
No,
I forgot you were in here.
I was just checking that you were still here.
Yeah. No, I'm still here. I'm just getting my ass kicked on Battlefield.
Ah, right, okay. Now I knew that. Don't worry, all right. I've seen you play Battlefield, and although you do get kills, I have also seen them blow the fuck out.
All the time.
Right. I've got a tiny little bit of red to do. So come on.
Ironic. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing all the red on these orcs now.
Just finishing off the missile launcher, and then I'm gonna start going over bolters. Try and get them done. Because I've got to let that you've got to let the speed paints dry for so much longer, so they actually.
Yeah, I heard that they take longer to dry than contrast.
Yeah, that's why it's like a week it takes to actually cure properly. So that it's not fully reactive. A week, so it's cured properly. So you don't get reactivation. Seriously.
That sounds.
How I know that?
That sounds like bullshit.
I left that. I didn't leave that a week, and it reactivated and came off. See it there at the bottom?
I suppose.
I didn't leave that long enough, and I tried that 2 days ago, and the paint just started coming off and didn't leave anything behind.
Well, that just tells me never to buy them paints then.
2.0, the new ones are supposed to have had it fixed.
Oh yeah, I imagine they have. But
yeah, the initial range. Nah.
I don't think I would use them anywhere. I'm more than happy with Citadel.
Probably where I'll be going next. If I was to get after restocking any, I'll go to a third party retail and I'll get the contrasts as opposed to the speed paints.
Yeah. Well, I'm really hoping that GW do like one of those boxes of all of the mega paint set things. I would love to put a comp up for that.
That should be out for Christmas.
Yeah, along with the new battle forces, that kind of thing. Christmas should be a good good month for me.
I'm not looking forward to... Well, I am and I'm not. Looking forward to Christmas.
I hate Christmas, typically.
Well, it's gonna force me to choose between things. I'm going to be able to get a box set at Christmas. And I know what they're going to do. They're going to put a Tyranid box set out, and they're going to put a Space Marine box set out, and I'm going to want them both.
Of course. Well, you can buy one, and then you can buy tickets to win the other one for me.
Yeah, but what happens if I don't win the other one off you? I'm fucked. I've not got it.
Well, buy enough tickets so you do.
I might as well just buy the box. The amount of tickets it's going to take to get... Yeah, I might as well just buy the box. I'm guaranteed to get it. If I buy the box set, I'm guaranteed to get the box set. And B, I don't have to buy like 300 tickets just to give me a chance to get there before Sam does.
Oh, good God. If you bought 300 tickets for one of those, then I'd give you anything you wanted. That's 300 quid in one go if it's a 99p.
Now that's an offer, lads. You don't get that every day, do you?
No, you don't. You don't. If I bought 300 tickets, you'll give me whatever I wanted. So if I bought 300 tickets, you'll buy me a Warhound Titan.
No, because that's a loss, isn't it?
Well, you're going to have to be more specific then if you're going to say you do whatever, you give me whatever I wanted. Well, I've bought a Warhound Titan.
Well, a Warhound Titan is going to be going on the comps soon enough.
Why, have you won Squid Mass?
What?
Have you won Squid Mass? Oh, no, he's not got a Warhound, has he? He's got that diorama with the two other ones.
Who are you talking about? What?
Squidma game. Squidma painting.
Oh, right. Yeah. I know what you mean.
That big diorama he's done with the two fighting titans.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Where I think Major Kills offered an alternate prize for those people who win it and like, I've got nowhere to store it. Send it to Major Kill, he'll send you $2,000. No, seriously, he's put it on his channel, and Squidmars announced it on his own channel as well. If you win, but you don't physically want it, because it's a big fucking huge thing. I mean, it's massive, and most people are not going to have anywhere to put it. So yeah, Major Kills turned around and said, if you win and don't want it, I'll give you $2,000 and I'll take it to put it in the background for his videos and stuff.
Fair enough. If only I was big enough that I could make an offer as well, because I would say if you don't want it, put it as a comp and you can have half the money.
Well, it's already going down as a charity event. So all the tickets are being sold as a charity event. Kirsty, feel free to, if you want to buy me some smoke, feel free. I will accept it right now because I have none.
Yeah, not a one, fella. Kirsty always seems to have a stash.
She
must
does.
keep it with the chargers.
She'll never find
She's
it.
always losing it. Yeah, she's always losing it. That's why she's always got
well, if she can't find the chargers, just follow the smell. You'll get there.
I could do with, I should have made a phone call today, but I didn't. I might have to make one tomorrow instead. Well, that's a conversation for a different time entirely. That's not going to take place on YouTube.
I'm running around like a headless chicken here. I just don't know what I'm doing. Where is everybody?
And you're playing and you're playing your game.
Yeah, 128 and there's nobody here.
128 players and you can't find a single soul.
Well, no, I can't get near enough to shoot at anything anyway.
128 players, 127 snipers.
Come on.
Right.
Left.
That's yes. Now, let's have a look at your faces, you scrubbly little Terminators. Let's get you brighter. Brighter.
In a wall? Kirsty found my smoke hidden in a wall.
I don't even. I don't know where to start questioning that to find out how it got there.
Oh, Biscuit, that's not helpful.
I don't even know how to start with the response to that. Just to find out basic information.
I've already given up. I'm not even going to bother asking.
I've got a feeling that she smoked some and then put it down, and that's how it's ended up in the wall. But
in the wall? How does
Yeah.
something you just put down end up in a wall?
You'll be surprised. I've found stuff in all sorts of strange, bizarre places before now.
Yeah, but this is you. You're fucking useless.
I'm not useless. I do have
You
use.
are.
I'll tell you what, you sit there in your living room without a ladder or a stool when the light bulb's gone and tell me I'm useless.
I don't need you to fix that. I can actually reach my light bulb without a ladder. Like Biscuit.
Oh, so you're taller than the average bear. Fair enough.
Well, I'm not taller, just my light kind of hangs down a bit further than you would expect.
No, standard ones, yeah. I can stand and touch my living room ceiling, so anything high up I have to do. So
The handle of the door slammed into the wall and created a... No, the handle of the door didn't slam into the wall. Someone slammed the handle into the wall and created a hole. The door just didn't do it itself.
Doors can slam on their own. My kitchen door has got a big crack in it because it slammed. No one was anywhere near it. It was the wind that did it because of the wind coming. The wind pressure from the front to the back just caused that door in the middle to whoosh and crack it goes.
Alright, okay, fair enough. But still, how can a cigarette end up in that hole?
Stumble, fall, you don't realise you've dropped it in there. You're looking all over the floor for it, give up because you can't see it on the floor, come back 3 weeks later and realise, oh, there it is.
It accidentally fell in a tiny hole that's probably, a couple of inches wide on the wall.
Just enough big enough to fit it in, yeah.
But how can it fall into something that's sideways? The chances of that happening has to be so unlikely that you should deserve a prize for that.
And if you don't get a prize, go put the lottery on. Oh, there he is. I knew there was one missing. Let's get this face whitened up. Which is actually quite weird considering everybody else has got a black face. If you don't have a helmet, you've got a black face in my arm. It is that simple. I don't do skin tones.
They're not that hard. I think you just haven't figured out the best way of doing them.
That's exactly what it is. I've just not figured my way of doing it yet. So I'll just use black right now. What I'll do is I'll use like Sigma models or D&D models to figure out my skin tones. Like with Amber. Where's she gone?
The nicest, easiest way I figured out is start with Rakarth flesh and then a wash of Reichland Flesh Shade. Then that's it.
That is what I did on. Where's Amber gone? Where's Amber gone? Where are you? Yes. Where did I put on the D&D models earlier? Ah, they're up there. Next to Rabbit Kingdom. No, that's Thos. That was my phone. That's Amber. That's what I did with Amber. Was the Rakarth flesh and then the wash over the top. So it does work. I'm going to send you a picture of Insta. Right, so that will be what that beat was. There should be a picture from Kirsty.
Is it something you can share with the rest of us?
It's a picture of a hole.
Save image as. I'm going to save it as Kirsty's hole. Don't shout at me.
I am trying so hard not to respond to that. We love you, Kirsty. Not a lot, but we do. Do you get good reception down them rabbit holes?
With Kirsty? No, Kirsty gets lost for days.
I mean, she must do.
Oh, she's no problem getting the messages out. I mean, I'm just in the back bedroom and I can't get a signal here. I don't know. She goes on down a rabbit hole.
So that's apparently Kirsty's hole.
Okay, so it's fairly big.
Hole as in a horse.
Let's see if I can make that a bit.
How big is the bloody handle of your door?
Bigger than a hand. Jesus Christ, Kirsty. What
What piece of anatomy went through that then?
A baby?
The handle of a door went through it, apparently.
No, that's definitely a hammer of some kind. That's a sledge or something.
Yeah, that looks like you got angry while you were looking for your chargers.
Yeah. One of the kids came and asked for a sandwich at the wrong time and just got.
Yeah, you look inside there, it'll be part of a lump of flesh from the head.
She'd had such a good smoke, she was too idle to walk to the other side of the room. So she thought she'd smash through to get to the weed.
Yeah, that sounds a little better. A little bit more readable. I'm not doing that. Go straight this way. I'm not walking the extra 3 feet round. Right. So, done the whites on Terminators, so they've got nice white faces. Done the lighter heads on them, so they stand out a bit more. Sergeant has a red stripe down his head to make him look like a dickhead. So a little bit of dry brushing on my scarab swarm. It's not scarab swarms, ripper swarms.
Scarab swarms. It's a completely different army.
Yeah, I was going to say wrong army. Bit of a dry brush on the rippers. And then I need nicotine.
Already. You need to quit. That's what you need.
Yeah, I ain't no quitter.
Well, you should be a quitter. If you quit nicotine, then I will admit that you're right.
I don't need to quit nicotine for you to admit that I'm right. I'm safe in the knowledge in my own head that I'm right.
Never.
Well,
Never happen.
Too late. Already done it. Already done it.
Then you're just delusional.
Compliments as much as you want, but still. Stop sharing that screen actually for a moment. tiny little bit of ivory, and that should be it then. That should be it for this evening. I've started on my vehicle.
So you've got a vehicle.
Dreadnought.
Oh, the Dreadnought, yeah, fair enough. You can enter that into the competition. That's a
Yeah,
vehicle.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I've got my vehicle, so I can enter that into the competition once I get it up and running.
Make sure it's nice and finished. All in based as well, because the basing it goes into account when if I have to cast my deciding vote, I take the basing into account.
So I've got to base it as well.
You don't have to, but if you don't base it, then it will lose points if it comes to my decision.
Basing's easy. I just need to go buy a new tea bag.
Just buy a tea bag.
Well, go get one of the decaffeinated tea bags out of the cupboard that we know what to use. For some reason, we ended up with some decaf tea bags. It's like we tried one once. It was like, nope, never again. Decaffeinated tea is just disgusting.
Is it really that different?
Yeah.
Never had it before.
Yeah, it's like going for a non-alcoholic beer. It's like, what the fuck?
Never had a non-alcoholic beer either. But then I don't drink beer full stop. So.
Say again, sorry. Say again, boss.
Caliber was the one I remember. The alcohol-free one. Caliber, it was called.
Well, they've all got ranges of them now. Bud's got them, and Heineken's got them. So the designated driver can buy a pint still and not feel like a dickhead. Even though he still feels like a dickhead, it's just that nobody else realises it. It's like, why go to a pub and not drink? Taxis exist for a reason. For God's sake, we made a company for taxiing people called Uber, so you can go out and get drunk without having to have a designated driver. And people still sit there, alcohol-free beer. Oh, you pussies.
I would happily go to a pub and drink Coke. Because the whole point for me to go to a pub, if I ever did, which I almost never do in my life, unless I was with someone who really wanted to go, it's just to have a fun time with your friends, and you don't need alcohol to have a fun time. And if you do need alcohol to have a fun time, then you're a very boring person.
And we've just found out the answer as to why it was in that hole.
Just
Chris
remember,
has been nicking a nephew's stash.
Ah.
Or a nephew was stupid enough to leave it behind in Kirsty's house, in which case it's his own fucking fault.
Oh, Captain's here.
Taxis and nights out are so expensive now. They are. You're right, Captain. They are so expensive, but I don't give a shit about.
Evening, Captain.
Right. What else have I got left?
Hello, welcome.
I'm sure I've got more stuff to do tonight that I wanted to do, and I've completely forgotten because I've been distracted and now pulled up ridiculous amounts of models all over my desk.
Don't blame me.
Of course I'm going to blame you. You mentioned Halloween, which made me go looking for the zombies.
You chose to go looking for the zombies.
No, I didn't. I got distracted.
Fuck you. You chose to. You did it. Your fault, not mine.
Have you not figured this out yet? The only reason I invite you up is to blame you.
Blame me all you want. Remember, you're always wrong.
The only reason you come up here is so I can blame you. I'll blame you. Why you're here?
Except you're always wrong, so it doesn't make a difference.
Except for that time when I'm right every moment. We'll
that one occasion every now and then.
Yeah, and seeing as they only come up on one occasion every now and again, it seems to work out quite well in my regard, doesn't it? I knew there was a colour I forgot I was supposed to be using. That's a colour I'm not too keen on. But it's better than bleeding white.
Yeah, you get to legally scare children. That is the best thing you could possibly do.
I do that every day. I've got my eldest 2 kids. Their friends won't come to the door because of me. And it's not like I've said anything or done anything.
You don't need to. It's just your face.
Yeah, that is literally what it is. Apparently, I look angry all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm not angry. What do you mean I look angry? I'm not angry. It's like, well, why are you looking at me like that then? It's like, because I'm confused
That's
now.
my
Why
happy
you saying I look
face.
angry? See, look, happy. Angry. See? Big difference.
Yeah, huge.
But yeah, apparently I look angry most of the time.
Yeah, I love that. You look angry.
It doesn't help when you're walking down the street and you're breathing fully through your nose going just as you're normally walking down the street. Really doesn't help your cause either. It's like, is he going to go and hit someone? So no, he's just going shop. What's he doing? Shop? He's going shop like that. Yeah, it's just how he does it. He walks everywhere like that. Yeah. Like fucking psycho. Oh, what do you mean I'm like a psycho? I'm breathing through my nose. That's all I'm doing. But yeah, apparently I scare all my children's friends. Except for one. There's one, and I like that lad because of it. He'll actually come in and he's not bothered. In fact, that'll look angry. He just looks at my desk and goes, "They're all cool. Can you tell me about them?" And obviously, my demeanor instantly changes then.
Yeah. Your geek mode comes out. You're no longer angry.
Well, I still look angry. It's just that I'm talking about something and I don't sound angry. They don't let me speak. That's the problem. Find out if I'm angry or not. Whereas, yeah, sometimes I will get asked the question of one, and he's only one. And he'll ask me a question, and it's just like, yeah, no, that's fine. Ask me questions. I'm dreading for the day when one of them turns around and says, "Can I borrow your models and take them into school to play?" No.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I'll tell you what, I'll come to school at the end of the school day with the box for you. And I'll wait there and watch. And when you're finished, I'll pack it all up. And I'll take it all home. You can use it, but I'm not letting you take it in.
Do you think your kids will play Warhammer then, or?
If there was a school club for it, there used to be at one of the schools, so there's a possibility. And B, if any of the friends get into it, it's one of them hobbies. If you've got no one to play against, it's kind of unless you really enjoy the building and the painting side.
I feel that's how most people get into it first. So,
what, the building and painting side?
Yeah.
You need to at least have a game.
Not necessarily. I didn't have my first game for months after I first started.
Really?
Yeah.
I would play with grey plastic for years. And then I realised, you're supposed to paint these things properly. Right, okay.
I first started with the Lord of the Rings magazine.
Oh, yes, I remember that one.
So I was just collecting them each week, and it was like 6 months later I realised what Games Workshop actually was. And then I went to one, and then I started collecting Space Marines. And then I didn't have my first game for another few months after that.
Space Marines are nice and easy to start collecting.
Yeah.
Easy-ish to paint.
It was a start collecting box of some sort at the time. I can't remember which one it was though.
Was it the one with the orcs?
I can't remember, but I do remember it had you'll know exactly what I'm talking about here. Straight away because it's such an iconic box set. But it had a crashed spaceship in it, a crashed Thunderhawk.
Dark Vengeance.
Maybe. Although that kind of feels like that came afterwards. But it had like 5 pieces of terrain of a crashed Thunderhawk gunship. Not Thunderhawk gunship. What am I talking about? Like a Imperial Guard Thunderbolt.
RTK box set. I do remember the box set you're on about. I just can't remember the title.
The piece of terrain is iconic. You know, it was.
No, that's the Black Reach.
Black Reach, yeah, that's it.
No, Black Reach is the Space Marines and Orcs. You didn't get any training in that at all.
Was it? Oh, right, okay.
That was the 8th edition starter. That was that one. That's the 3rd edition.
Wasn't 3rd. I definitely wasn't playing back then.
No, I'm going through. Essentially, I'm going through box sets and looking through each one and going, no, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that.
I can't remember what models came with it, but it was definitely a Space Marine thing.
I'm looking for the scenery. I'm looking for the box set where it'll display the scenery with it.
Let's have a look, see if I can find it on my laptop.
I'm going to find everything if I can.
It might not have been a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt.
No, it's a Rhino.
Yeah. It was definitely a flyer, though. It was an aircraft.
Are you sure it's not the Rhino that's half buried in the ground?
No, 100%. It was a flyer, an aircraft, a fighter jet.
Okay. Battle for Macragge.
That's the one. Does it have the crashed flyer in it?
Yeah. It has.
But I don't remember anything else that was in it.
It's 3 sections of a crashed flyer. You get a 10-man tactical squad. What looks to be Sergeant Tellian. 6 Gene Stealers.
Yeah, that was it. I'm looking at it now. I've just found it.
Termagants and some spore mines.
Yeah, I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first ever box set. The first ever thing I bought.
That's the 4th edition. That's the one that I missed out on.
Is that I
started with the. That's 4th.
Are you sure that's 4th edition?
The one above it is 3rd, which is the Black Templars versus Dark Eldar. 4th edition is Battle for Macragge. 5th edition is Assault on Black Reach, which is where I came.
Are you sure? So I joined at 4th edition. I thought I started at 6th.
No, that's 4th edition. Then you got Assault on Black Reach at 5th. Dark Vengeance, which was the 6th one, which was Chaos against Dark Angels. And then you didn't get anything else until Dark Imperium at 8th. Indomitus for 9th. And then Leviathan for 10th.
So I was involved in the hobby much earlier than I thought.
2004, October, it came out. That box set.
Yeah, that makes sense because I've been playing for about 20 years.
And Assault on Black Reach came out in 2008.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've been in for a fair while there.
4th edition. I had no idea it was 4th edition I played.
You joined the edition after me, which is, as you said yourself, 20 plus years of collecting plastic crack. Yeah.
Yep. And I absolutely love it.
Oh, let's go.
I love my plastic crack.
Oh, dear God. Oh. You should remember who you're up on stream with sometimes.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm not even sure what we're talking about, but it sounds to me like you've named something that shouldn't be named.
A common name for this hobby is plastic crack because of how much it costs, and people still go out and buy it. But when Jessica turns around and says, "I love my plastic crack," I can't help but laugh. I'm sorry, it's funny. It sounds funny. It sounds out of context.
Absolutely.
It's like me saying I went to a farmer, saw his lovely big cock.
It's all right. I've got a regular one of that. Me and my ex, we were out one day and they asked for a Coke, but pronounced it cock. And ever since then, every time we go out, every time we went out somewhere, it was, oh, well, let's go get the big juicy black cock.
Yep. They're never living that down. Ever.
Exactly.
Ever. You don't say stuff like that. Not in front of your partner, not in front of your friends. Because they are just... You're never going to live it down.
It's funny, though. We both laughed about it. We both saw the funny side of it.
Oh, yeah. But I bet after the 37th time of you taking the piss, the funny side from them was slowly starting to ebb away a bit.
No, they were joking as well with it. Even still today.
Oh, that's all right. At least they've got a sense of bloody humour.
Because when you go to a barman or ask for a drink at a restaurant and you say, "I'll have a juicy black cock, please," it's still funny no matter how many times you do it.
It depends on the barman.
Well, yeah, you've got to make a judgment call, but if you're already drunk, then the judgment call is always going to go one way.
Yep. This is funny and I don't care. Yeah, this isn't going to work.
Although I've never been drunk in my life, but, you know.
Oh, I have. I've been absolutely ratted before now.
I can imagine.
I've been ratted online before now.
I can imagine. But for me, no, never. Never been drunk, never planned it.
It ended up with cracking 3 ribs, which was fun.
People have tried getting me drunk, but it never works.
I bet I could.
Sorry?
I bet I could get you drunk.
You wouldn't, because whenever people have bought me a drink, they ask me if I want a drink, I say no, and they buy it anyway to get me drunk.
Mm-hmm.
The drink just doesn't get drunk. I just don't drink it. I refuse. Not my problem that you've spent the money on me. I said no. I'm not going to drink it.
There's got to be a willingness for you to try, at least.
No. If I don't want to drink it, I won't drink it.
Then it's going to have to be intravenous dripped. Straight
Wouldn't
into
happen.
the breakfast.
Wouldn't happen.
Then no, you won't get drunk if you're not going to. If you're not going to drink, you won't get drunk.
Exactly. That's why I don't get drunk. I don't see the point. I don't.
No one can.
I like a drink, but only for the flavour, not because of what it does to you. In fact, I hate drunk people. It makes me uncomfortable.
Nobody drinks for the flavour.
I do.
You're a bloody weird one.
Yeah, I buy Baileys, that kind of stuff, and it tastes delicious. And that's why I drink it, because I like the taste of it. No other reason whatsoever.
The rum that I normally get tastes it tastes beautiful, but I don't drink it because it tastes beautiful. If I'm going to drink it, I'm drinking it because it's got alcohol in it. I'm going to get slightly tipsy. I drink.
No, I don't understand it. Do not understand in any way, shape, or form why people drink to get drunk. Just don't get it.
Then you've led a happier life than most.
Yeah, have you never been a teenager?
Yeah, and I never went out drinking as a teenager.
Well, I think I had your share then.
Maybe I did. I'm not sure because by the time all my friends are getting to 16, going, "Do you want to go drinking? Do you want to go drinking?" I'm going, "No, that's like old hat for me now. don't do that no more." Been there, done
Yeah,
that.
well, I never did it in the first place.
Mick, how you doing, man? You fucking crazy, absolute bellend. What did you do with that? Why did you do the one chip challenge? Mick, you're why? It was stupid. You saw what people
One chip
happened.
challenge. Is people still doing that?
Yeah, Mick did it not long ago. And I thought he was going to die.
I tried a piece of one because I know someone who got a one chip challenge, but they were given it as a present and they cowered out of it and didn't do it. So kind of like this was at work. So kind of like all of the chefs, we took a piece each and tried it, and well, God, it tastes disgusting. There's no flavour. It's just pure heat. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's just, oh dear. No. Never. If someone passed me one of them, nope, I'm running the other way. I'm not even breathing in near it just in case some of it goes in. It's just, you pull the chip out and it's black. I don't care
What's the difference between the hot chip and the Packley one then?
Not the Packy one, they're different. I think it's the amount of chili that they actually put in. The Packy's the official licensed one. You know, the one who started it first.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then you get derivatives thereof of everyone trying to copy. So I think that's the one. They're the original ones. The red label with the skull on and all that lot. I think that's the original ones.
I tried watching EB do it, but I couldn't watch the video because there's something. Sorry?
He spits into a bottle.
Yeah, just thinking about that makes me feel sick.
I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I think we might have done.
I don't blame you, Mick. Never again, mate. Never again. If you want to try something stupid that's going to do something like that, I don't know. Strap your balls to the back of a bus and hold on to the bus stop. It'll be less painful. And probably more entertaining. But yeah, if you want to do yourself an arm like that, then yeah, do something at least you know what's going to happen rather than, geez, no. I felt for you, man. I felt for you watching that video. Because he did put it up on Instagram, and oh, geez, no. Don't do that to yourself. I don't do well with spicy stuff anyway. So
I like a bit of heat, but it also has to have a nice flavour.
I like it. I like eating hot stuff. It's just that once I've ate it, my stomach goes, what'd you do that for? And it's like, all right, okay. No point in me eating that then. But I have a similar reaction to things like corn mince and stuff. So
Yeah, corn mince is crap.
It serves its purpose. Just.
Yeah, but flavour wise and texture wise, it feels too. Ironically, it feels too plasticky.
Well, flavor-wise, it's got no bloody flavour. You've got to add that in yourself.
Yeah.
Same with tofu. You've got to sit there and go, right, okay, what type of flavour do I want in this? So therefore, I'll put that in it and that in it. Cook
Yeah.
it with that stock and this stock to get the bits that you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you. Don't do corn anymore. Don't particularly spaghetti either, to be quite honest. Lots of foods that I've stopped eating. Mostly carb-based or potato-based and things. But I've had to cut them out. Bad for my stomach. Right, so tonight I've managed to get done Terminator weapons, quills on chests, dry brushes on loincloths, dry brush on my Ripper Swarms. Lots more weapons done, bits done on my Dreadnought. Where do I go from here?
Sounds like a song.
Don't you get it stuck in my head?
Maybe just a little one, but we don't know what else is done. So we'll keep carrying on and on and on. No, we're not going to carry on. Fuck it. How long have I been live for? 2 hours, 41 minutes.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But practically fuck all in that 2 hours, 41 minutes. But I've done a little bit. I've got a little bit further.
Progress is progress. Doesn't matter how much it is.
Well, as the title says for this video is practice makes slight progress.
Yeah.
Very slight progress. I'm going to call it here for the evening because I'm getting a bit tired. And those people who know, you don't paint tired and you don't paint hungry.
Nope. And I am actually hungry, so I'm going to grab something to eat.
So, let's see. Since Gabe's about to disappear to go get some food, I'm going to disappear to go finish my cup of tea and go get a cigarette and maybe some mint cream chocolate. Yeah, I think I'm going to get some of that. Oh, or a scone. One of the two. Fuck, I'll just get both. Thank you very much for everybody for coming to see me this evening and for coming to see Sinscape. And again, Jessica, thank you very much for joining me. And
no problem.
Here with me. Thank you. Mick T, I hope your toilet survives that one chip. Kirsty, thank you very much for joining. Same with you, Captain. Buzzard, cheers for joining up. Squirrel, if you're still listening, cheers, man. Reach out to us.
Bye, everyone.
War Thunder, thank you. JV, if you're still listening again, man, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. And yeah, drive safe. See you later.
Bye.